connection, a game show love connection. We can't deny. I'm so obsessed. My heart is bound to be right out my untrimmed chest. I believe in you.
Everyone, just a notice, we'll be starting in about 3 minutes. If you'd like to make your way to the main room over here, we'll have the post position draw for the Travers in just about 3 minutes if you'd like to make your way inside. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm your host, Acacia Clement, and we will be drawing the field for this year's Travers Stakes. On behalf of the New York Racing Association, it's my honor to welcome you for the post-position draw of the 154th running of the Grade 1 $1.25 million Travers. Storylines abound at Saratoga this year, and of course, entering the meet, the big question was in a group of talented 3-year-olds who would separate themselves from the rest. Well, we may just be able to answer that question this Saturday at Saratoga Racecourse with an incredibly talented field who will assemble to take part in the biggest race of the summer, the Travers. And what a group we have this year. For the first time since 2017, the field will include the winner of the Kentucky Derby, Mage, the winner of the pre Preakness National Treasure, and the winner of the Belmont Stakes presented by Naira Betts, Arcangelo. And while those may be the headliners, there is talent and class throughout. And racing fans can look forward to a contest that we have had circled on our calendar for quite some time. Beyond the main event on Saturday, the Travers Day program will include 5 Grade 1 stakes and an automatic berth into the Breeders' Cup for the winner of the Grade 1 $750,000 Resorts World Casino Sword Dancer on the turf and the Grade 1 $500,000 Ballerina Handicap into the Filly and Mare Sprint. Add to the Grade 1 $500,000 Forgo and the Grade 1 $500,000 H. Allen Jerkins Memorial. And what do you have? One of the biggest days in our sport. Thank you so much to everybody that's here and to those watching from afar and for supporting the summer meet at Saratoga Racecourse, a place that means a lot to all of us, and we are so excited for a tremendous Saturday coming up. With that, allow me to introduce Rob McLennan and Kevin Schnorr from the racing office to draw the field for the 154th running of the Travers. We have 7 runners. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you. Three is Tappet Trice, Jose Ortiz, Todd Fletcher.
6.
6 is Disarm, Joel Rosario, Stephen Asmussen.
7.
7 is Scotland, Junior Alvarado, William Mott.
1.
1 is Forte, Irad Ortiz Jr., Todd Fletcher.
2.
2 is Arcangelo, Javier Castellano, Jenna Antonucci.
5.
5 is National Treasure, John Velasquez, Bob Baffert.
And the 4.
4 is Mage, Luis Saez, Gustavo Delgado.
And that's the field for the 154th running of this year's Travers. We'll go through the field once more with morning line. Post position number 1 is your 7-5 favorite, the Jim Dandy winner and 2-year-old champion Forte, owned by Rapoli Stable and St. Elias Stable. The 2 is Arcangelo, Belmont winner at 5-2, owned by Blue Rose Farm. Number 3, Tappet Trice, blinkers on Saturday for Tappet Trice, 12-1, Whisper Hill Farm and Gainesway Stable owners. 4 for Kentucky Derby winner Mage at 4-1, owned by Agma Investments, Ramiro Restrepo, Sterling Racing, and Commonwealth. The 5 is National Treasure, Preakness winner at 8-1, blinkers off. Preakness winner National Treasure, owned by SF Racing, Starlight, Madaket, Robert Masterson, Stone Street Staples, Jay Schoenfarber, Waves Edge Capital, and Catherine Donovan. The 6 is Disarm, blinkers on at 8-1, owned by Winchell Thoroughbreds. Number 7, Scotland, winner of the Curlin, 12-1, owner Ellen J. Foxwoods. That's the field for the Travers. We'd now like to invite a couple of our connections to come up and join us. Could Trainer Jenna Antonucci come up and join me? Trainer of Belmont Stakes winner Arcangelo. Hi, Jenna. Post position number 2, your thoughts on Arcangelo, who came up the inside to win the Belmont?
Let's do this. It's, you know, seven horses. We're just so grateful to be in the gate, and so I think it's going to be just a phenomenal race for everybody, and just so blessed to be here.
How's he been training since the Belmont up here in Saratoga?
I always say I know how good he's doing by how hard Robert is blowing when he pulls him up at the end of his gallop. So we're looking to get a camelback of oxygen for Robert out there, so he's doing great.
Hats off to Robert as well. And you've had Javier Castellano, his regular pilot, been able to breeze him. What have his thoughts been on the horse?
Javier's been super positive and I think has gained a lot of confidence in the process of getting ready for this race.
Thanks, Jenna. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We could have Gustavo Delgado Jr., assistant trainer to his dad, Gustavo, with Mage, Kentucky Derby winner. Come on up. Coming off of a second-place finish in the Haskell, I saw a quote that he was not 100% fit that day. What have you seen from him since then?
Well, after the race, he came back, I was expected to come back. And since he got here, he's liking it a lot. He loves Saratoga.
Don't we all, right? As Mage, of course, winner of the Kentucky Derby, take us back to that day, the thrills, the experience that he's given you.
Well, it's been a blessing the whole way. But we do think that it's not over yet, so we still races to try and accomplish as well. So.
I love that thought process, and as you said, he still has a lot to offer. He's a young horse. He's still lightly raced as well. We saw him start his career perhaps a little bit later than some of the others. How has he developed?
He's grown. He's bigger now. He's got experience, which he lacked in the first races that he did. And especially, he faced 19 horses, and he beat them all. And now he has to do the same thing against 6.
Well, thanks for your time. Best of luck this weekend to the whole team.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Gustavo. As we'd like to bring up trainer Steve Asmussen, trainer of Disarm. Steve, if you'll come join me. Of course, Steve Asmussen and Winchell Thoroughbreds were well represented last year in the Travers with Epicenters. We have a special gift for you too, Steve. Here we go. A nice paint job there. If you could just hold it out for Adam. Looks good. As if Disarm wins this year, you won't even have to volunteer to paint the canoe again.
Absolutely, just a little freshening.
Just a little freshening. Of course, Disarm by a gun runner who we saw have such success here at Saratoga. How special is it seeing his progeny?
It is. It really is. The Disarm looks so similar, markings, the color, the deep red and everything. But it's time for him to step up. I think that there's a better race in him, and what a better place to show it than Saturday.
How has he stepped forward in the second half of his 3-year-old season?
Well, hopefully with the addition of Blinkos, we'll get a little more effort out of him. He's competed well. He just needs to finish it off.
Appreciate the time, Steve. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And of course, with those Winchell Thoroughbred colors, we'd like to welcome in trainer Todd Pletcher, represented by 2 in this year's Travers. Hi, Todd. You have Forte and Tappet Trice. Let's start things off with Forte, morning line favorite, post position number 1 for him. Your thoughts on the post?
That's fine. I wasn't too concerned about it. If given the choice, I'd have probably wanted to be a little more outside, but it's fine.
We saw you add blinkers to him last time in the Jim Dandy. Did they have the desired effect, that extra little punch?
I think they did. We saw in the mornings that it had him a little more focused, and I felt like he was locked in the Jim Dandy, and he fought through a tough spot at the top of the stretch and showed his gameness like he always does.
A 2-year-old champion who showed with that big win in the Jim Dandy last time out that he has stepped forward as a 3-year-old. What have you seen from him?
Mainly the physical maturity. He's really gotten stronger. He's filled out. He's grown. Everything that you'd like to see a 3-year-old do. A champion 2-year-old develop into a really strong 3-year-old, and that doesn't always happen, but in his case it's really obvious that he's really filled out.
Speaking of blinkers, we'll see the blinkers on Tappet Trice, your other runner. Can you tell us about that decision?
Well, he's just he's a horse that's lacked focus at times. He's not real quick away from the gate, and we wanted to see how he trained in him. We thought we saw the effect that we wanted. Hopefully it translates to a little better tactical position and a little more focus and finish.
It does seem like with his pedigree, distance is always his friend.
Yeah, we're not concerned about the 1.25 miles.
Best of luck, Todd.
Thank you.
Trainer Todd Pletcher, represented by 2, and we have trainer Bill Mott, if he will come up and join me. Bill Mott, represented by the Curlin winner, Scotland, as he's making his way around. The local prep, of course. There he is. Sorry, Bill, you had to take the overland route. Thank you, Bill. Come on over. Scotland off that Curlin win, as he was aggressive and on the front end last time and kind of strutting his stuff out there. Do you think you'll see him be forward again on Saturday?
Well, it's the first time he was ever in front. Most of his other races he had been coming from off the pace, but at least he proved that he can do it that way. And there's some other speed in the race, but I think he's versatile enough to do whatever he needs to do when the gate opens.
Right after the Curlin, you said we're considering the Travers. It was one of the first comments you made. What has he shown you to give you the confidence to take a shot?
Well, he's been exciting all the way along. I mean, he won his first out, and he's trained well, and he's progressed in every race. He was beaten one time by a head, but, and then, he proved that he liked the Saratoga racetrack. He got the 2 turns last time. He's probably one of the most inexperienced horses in the race, but he is doing well. I mean, he's a fresh horse, and a lot of the other horses in the race have been to some serious battles, and he probably hasn't yet, but he's fixing to find out what it's all about.
As you said, he's done pretty much everything in his career right so far, except face the big horses. How important is that consistency?
Well, I mean, he seems to give it to you every time. He shows up, and he's really been training well. So, they just got to do it on the racetrack on Saturday.
Thank you a lot, Bill. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Trainer Bill Mott with Scotland. Big thank you to all of our connections that have been with us here today. We cannot wait to see all of those talented horses throw it down on Saturday. If you're unable to join us at the spa on Saturday, we certainly hope that you're there for what's sure to be the race of the year. But if you can't, you can tune in to Fox Sports for coverage beginning at 11:30 a.m. and Fox Saratoga Saturday starting at 3 p.m. Don't forget, there'll be 13 races on the card on Saturday, so that means a first post of 11:40 a.m. Thank you so much, and after the conclusion of the draw, we will have food for you outside, out back, so hope you stay and enjoy, and thanks for joining us for the post-position draw of this year's Travers.